Good afternoon, everyone joining so far. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. We won't be starting till just after 2 o'clock, so we'll wait for a few more people to attend. Feel free to grab yourself a drink, cup of tea. Good afternoon, those who have just joined. Just waiting for a few more people. We won't be starting till just after 2. Good afternoon to all of you who have just joined. Still waiting for a few more people, and we'll be starting just after 2 o'clock. Feel free to grab yourself a drink before we start. Those of you who've joined, hello. Again, we'll be starting just after 2 o'clock, 2 minutes past 2. Good afternoon for those who have just joined. We'll be starting about 2 minutes past 2, just to give some more people a chance to join. one more minute and we'll start. Right, we'll start. So firstly, welcome to the latest webinar in the Neville's webinar series. Thank you for joining us, and I do hope you and your families are safe and well. Today you will hear from Naam Cambridge, our Head of Sales, and myself. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ian, and I've been the Product Manager at Neville UK for the past 6 years, managing our product range and our MPD program. The session should last around 20 to 25 minutes with time for questions at the end. We want to take the opportunity today to update you on a few things, update you on some products that we believe will be key in helping our sector restart, some new product categories on our website to help navigate to these products, and an insight into some new products we are looking to launch in the coming weeks and months. On this Zoom webinar, you're all as standard in mute mode with cameras off. If you have any questions, please click on the Q&A box button and then type your question in there. Andrew Neville will be monitoring questions and we'll read these out at the end. The questions can be sent anonymously, so do not be shy and please ask away, and we will try and answer as many as we can. You will also see a QR code on this slide and on the last slide of this presentation, which if you use your camera on your smartphone, you will bring up a link to a very short feedback questionnaire, which will be useful to us. If you do encounter any difficulties on the webinar, there will be a recording of this, so don't panic. You will be able to replay this on demand. We will also be sharing a condensed PDF version of this presentation for you to share amongst your team and customers. So if I could have the first slide, please, Andrew. So on our website, you'll find 6 new categories which incorporate products which we believe will be important in the next phase of our operation for the HoReCa market. These 6 categories are social distancing, hygiene, signage, service at a distance, covered and lidded products, and transportation. We will be going through each new category, highlighting why we believe these are going to be important in the new normal phase, and examples of the kinds of products which fit into these categories. We will also be introducing new products we're launching. These products will be on our website in the coming days with stock coming in over the next few weeks and months. Next slide, please, Andrew. So we'll start off with social distancing. So social distancing is and will be part of the new normal when restrictions are lifted and the industry starts to reopen. It is something we have all grown familiar with over the past few months. It will be vital that adequate social distancing practices are created to ensure the safety of both staff and guests throughout the whole establishment. Over the past few weeks, we have seen a spike in demand for barrier post systems to help with social distancing. Whether used for formalising queues, limiting capacity, or creating one-way thoroughfares, barrier post seems to be a great solution for many operators. Next slide, please, Andrew. So we have a couple of new products within this category, which we would like to share with you today. These are linked to both social distancing as well as the signage category, which we'll come on to in a bit. Firstly, we are adding in some vinyl floor stickers into the range. There are 2 designs being introduced which will help provide adequate communication to the customer. Again, these are things we have all become familiar with during our supermarket trips, for example. In addition to this, we are adding in some poster frames which retrofit onto the barrier posts. They are only suitable for the retractable belt barrier systems and not the rope barrier posts. The belt version is proving to be the most popular type of post currently. The image shows a stainless steel version in A4 sizing, but there will also be a black version for our black barrier post, again in A4 portrait sizing. Anything to add, Niall?
Hello there, it's Niall. Yes, just on the social distancing. As Ian mentioned, barriers are a fantastic way of helping operators to manage distancing, and we have seen a dramatic spike in sales of these products, very much leaving our stock levels being challenged. In response to this spike, we have large quantities of stock coming in first week of July, and an additional container of stock arriving first week of August. And that container arriving in first week of August is majority made up of the belted barrier system. We are also seeing sales of these products into the retail sector via our distributors, as well as the normal customers within our HoReCa sector. That's it, Ian.
Thank you, Niall. If we can move on to hygiene. So good hygiene practices and the use of PPE has always been extremely important in the HoReCa industry. However, additional steps and slight changes to normal practices are likely to be required in the next phase of operation. Within this category, we have included products such as disposable kitchen apparel, cleaning equipment, and waste containers. Using the waste containers as an example, we have brought together all our bins which do not require the use of hands to operate. They are either foot pedal operated or they feature an open lid. Using such a waste container helps reduce the number of touch points within the establishment and reduces the risk of spreading contaminants. Next slide, please. So new products we are looking to introduce to this category includes face masks, a hand sanitizer dispenser, and a matching adjustable hand sanitizer stand. Currently, we are only going to launch the 3-ply type 1 face mask, avoiding face masks which are used within the hospital environment, such as the N95s, for example. The 3-ply face masks are fully certified and meet all necessary EN standards. In addition to the 3-ply, we are exploring a reusable cotton face mask option. It is important to highlight that these are non-medical grade, but provide some protection against the spread of the virus. The use of such a covering is now compulsory on the UK transport network and could become compulsory for indoor spaces such as restaurants and cafes for chefs and front of house staff to use. Moving on to the hand sanitizer dispenser. This is an elbow operated dispenser which is 1 litre in capacity and is wall mountable. Washing our hands helps in preventing the spread of the virus, so it is important businesses provide adequate cleaning facilities for customers at the point of entry and throughout the business. Should mounting on a wall not be possible and greater flexibility on the dispenser's positioning is required, then the matching stand will help with this. The stand's height is adjustable with a range from 1.2 to 1.5 meters tall. Any key points you would like to add, Niall?
Yeah, so one of those items on there is a PPE item. So we've seen a dramatic increase of PPE being used, and with that there is a demand, a larger demand and an increased demand for bins to be able to use in the disposable of masks and gloves especially. Bins with pedals are where they are non-touch and are proving to be the most popular across our bin range. With a spike in demand, we are working hard to get the stocks in across the 7 pedal operated bins in our range. And just interestingly, there was a recent opportunity that we saw was us supplying quite a large quantity of one of our bins into a chain of retail stores, and they really wanted to ensure each of their stores had proper non-touch bins for waste disposal. Again, in line with the increased and the demand on the PPE being used. That's it, Ian.
Thank you, Niall. Next slide, please. So moving on to signage. Communication will be vital in ensuring the safety of both staff and guests throughout the whole establishment. This is a particularly large selection of products, which includes the larger outdoor A boards down to the smaller chalk tags. Whether providing social distance guidelines, new safety precautions, or displaying touch-free menus, signage will be used in a variety of ways to keep customers and staff informed and safe. Just elaborating further on the displaying of food menus, the distribution of menus within a restaurant is likely to change dramatically. And so these businesses will have to adapt their operation to be able to showcase their offering in a slightly different way. Some suggestions could include the use of chalkboards mounted to the wall, or possibly floor standing snap frames brought to the table, or for the more tech savvy operators, the use of QR codes linked to online menus. At this moment in time, there's no further product development to this section, with exception to the items I mentioned earlier in the social distancing category. Over to you now.
Yeah, so with restaurants and food outlets reviewing how they use menus, given that really this must change whenever they start to reopen sites. Again, seeing demand increase across the range of Genware products within the signage category. Also, menus being able to be delivered to the customer with no requirement to touch. Another range of signage that we're seeing an increase in demand is across the range of 6 pavement boards that we have. These are a great way to get menus, offers and information directly to your customers without any need to touch or pass across any of those products. So that's it, Ian.
Next slide, please, Andrew. So service at a distance. Serving customers while operating good social distancing practices will be difficult across all establishments. The use of trays helps reduce the number of touch points between server and customer. By using a tray stand also, you can create a safe space for the serving or retrieving of food and drink whilst observing social distancing. Not only in restaurants, the use of trays and tray stands could be important in hotels for room service. Hotel customers may prefer to have their breakfast in their room rather than the regular dining room, so the use of butler trays, for example, and a stand may become more prevalent. Next slide, please. So new products within this section. We are introducing some tray covers. We have 3 sizes of rectangular polycarbonate covers and 2 sizes of the round version. Where the use of individual plate covers or lidded dishes may not be possible or practical, these covers are a great solution. These covers have been illustrated alongside some tread trays, but they will fit a variety of different standard size trays. The rectangular versions cover 12 by 16, 14 by 18 and 15 by 20 inch size trays, and the round versions work with 14 and 16 inch trays. Anything you would like to add now?
Yeah, so Ian talked about the tray stands, which have sold extremely well in the past 3 to 4 weeks especially. The use of this simple product to deliver food to the table and retrieve dishes by a server while staying 2 meters away from your customer is a really cost-effective option. The first real spike we saw was in Holland with our distributor there, who have and are buying quite a lot of this these tray stands. Again, they're ahead of us, so we are expecting a continued sort of spike and a continued operators continuing to look at this product for this safe delivery and collection of plates. That's it.
Next slide, please. So on to covered and lidded products. This section brings together all items within our range which either is supplied with a lid or is compatible with a separate lid or cover. It is a broad collection of product covering items suitable for drinks, buffet displays, and plated food. Covered products will be important across all establishments and used in a variety of different ways. Taking that extra step to protect food will help create a safe environment for the customer. As you can see on the slide, these include cake stands and covers, GN polycarbonate covers with compatible platters, and our range of WEC jars for pre-prepared dishes. Next slide, please. We have a good range of additional products in the covered product section. Firstly, we are adding in some reusable dishwasher safe plastic lids, which are compatible with WEC jars. These are available in 6, 8 and 10 centimetre diameters, which covers the majority of our WEC jar range. We have a good range of WEC jars covering carafe for drinks down to smaller jars for single serves of both hot and cold dishes. To the right of the WEC jar and lid, we have the Bedigo glassware range, which we are launching complete with a white plastic lid also. Across the 3 sizes, they're extremely versatile products used in a wide variety of ways. Some ideas include breakfast juices, pre-prepped dishes, and for general drink purposes. We are also adding in additional plate covers. These are made from clear polycarbonate plastic and will be available in 3 sizes, 8, 10 and 11-inch diameters. They are fully dishwasher safe, have good temperature resistance and are stackable. Some buffet specific additions include another size of polycarbonate roll top cover. We currently have a full size version in our range, and we are adding in this half GN version, which are compatible with the half size melamine platters. Lastly, we are adding in a acrylic sneeze guard. It is one SKU we are doing specifically for protecting food. The width of this guard is 67 centimetres. We have made it slightly bigger than GN sizing so that platters or bowls can sit behind the screen and have good protection from the front, top and sides. Anything to add, Niall?
Yeah, I think, looking at the current go-to for a lot of operators at present is disposables. Certainly, buffets especially are going to be challenging. So there is a lot of delivered or pre-packaged or pre-packed food. A leading contract caterer is now looking for covered and lidded products. Just as an example, is that they're looking to get back to their corporate sustainability promise, which is currently being challenged with the increase in disposable products that they're having to use and are being used in our industry. The use of general lidded products should be a great way to try and reduce the amount of packaging we're currently seeing being used across multiple sectors within our industry. That's it, Ian.
Thank you. And the last category we have is transportation. So this section is very much split into 2. The movement of food within an establishment and the movement of food externally. Starting with the latter, the current climate has seen an increase in popularity of the food delivery market. Many restaurants, bars, and even coffee shops have adapted their operation to offer such a service, enabling them to survive this particularly difficult time. Our current offering for this market are the thermo boxes. These are a premium product for the food delivery sector, ensuring food temperatures are maintained for a long period of time. The second part of this section is the movement of food within an establishment and our range of trolleys. We have seen consistent sales of trolleys throughout this period, being used in various places in a variety of ways, and we expect these to remain popular for when hotels, for example, reopen. Customers, as mentioned earlier, are likely to demand a room service option for breakfast rather than the usual buffet, and so transporting multiple meals safely to multiple rooms using trolleys will be an important consideration for hoteliers. Next slide, please, Andrew. So new products for the transportation section include some insulated food delivery bags and foldable trolleys. We are introducing a small selection of food delivery bags, which includes a large pizza bag, large general food bag, and a backpack for those delivering on bicycles. We're going to do these in black rather than the red that you see on your screen for a slightly more modern look. Onto the trolleys. These are foldable trolleys, folding to about half their width, which is a great space-saving benefit. It's very easy to fold these trolleys in half. Simply lift the metal bar that sits in the middle of the top shelf and it folds fairly effortlessly. If more trolleys are required within a hotel, for example, this could cause a bit of a storage space headache. This is the perfect solution to overcome that problem. There are two sizes of these trolleys and they are supplied fully assembled, ready to be used right away. Over to you, Noel.
Yes, with operators seeing a reduction in the amount of covers across the hospitality sector, given the need for social distancing and spacing, they will have to look at even more to the delivered market to make up for lost revenue. We believe that this sector will continue to grow, and operators across all sectors will have to invest in getting food to their customers in a restaurant condition, which will be very, very important part of this revenue generator. That's it, Rian.
So to summarise, following this webinar, we will be publishing a condensed version of this presentation in PDF format for you to share with your customers and colleagues. Each page on the PDF has a web link. This will take you directly to the appropriate product categories on our website, so you can see all the products linked to these new groups. As mentioned at the beginning of this webinar, the new products will be added to our website next week. They will be listed in these new categories as well as the coming soon section on our website. Our marketing department will supply you all with a box link for you to download all the necessary marketing materials that you require. This will be sent out on our weekly e-shot on Tuesday. Stock will be filtering in over the coming weeks and months. Expected due dates will be visible on the website next week. Over to you now for some final remarks.
Yeah, so lastly, Ian mentioned that all of the new products will be live on our website next week. We really would encourage customers to place orders for these products, which will be allocated against the stock coming in. So it's very much on a first come, first served basis. I would really encourage you to place the forward orders for these products, because it really does allow us to order additional stock more quickly, and it does give us better continuity of supply to our customers. Thank you, and that's all from me.
Thank you, Noel. So just on to the final slide, please, Andrew. So thank you very much for listening and your support of Neville's. I hope you found it useful and engaging. Your feedback on today's webinar will be greatly appreciated. So if you could please use the QR code on your screen now and fill out a small questionnaire, that would be great. We will now answer any questions you have sent in. If we do not get a chance to answer all these questions, then please email them to us using the product@Neville UK email address. So we will start, Andrew, on the questions.
Right, thanks, Ian. Thank you, Noel. Great. Hi, everybody. Yeah, some good questions on this one, so I'll go through those and pass over. So, okay, firstly, question: can the floor social distancing signs be lifted for cleaning and replaced in the same location without leaving a sticky residue?
They are one-time use. They've got quite a strong adhesive on them. According to speaking to the supplier, they have a durability of around 6 months, obviously depending on how many times they're trodden on. To get them off, they recommend using a kind kind of like a scraper thing to get underneath, but it shouldn't leave any residue.
Okay, thank you, Ian. The next question is there going to be a 1 meter vinyl floor sticker? Should there be a change?
As and when the government changes its stance on the social distancing distance, we will look to adapt to this.
Okay, great, thank you. Next question is, which sanitizer product will fit into the dispensers?
Not too sure on that one. I believe it should fit fairly generic sanitizer, but I can come back to you on that.
Okay, great, fantastic. Okay, and there's a couple of questions relating to that, a bulk fill or support cartridges. So yeah, we'll come back on that one, Ian, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good. Next question is, are the new products in any new supplement brochure? But I think you've answered that, Ian, haven't you?
Yes, so we're not doing our traditional supplement. We're doing a PDF version of pretty much of this presentation, which will direct everyone to the website. As things change, as new ideas change, as people come forward with new suggestions on what products might sit well into these new categories, the best way for us to adapt and update our information is by going via the website.
Great, thanks, Ian. Next question was, do you plan to do thermal pizza bags to add to the Thermobox delivery range? And that was pre this slide, so that's a question answered. So that's great that we are going to plan to do those. So yeah, okay, I think that's all the questions at the moment. Any more? Good.
Is that all questions done? Perfect.
Sorry, 2 seconds in. Someone's saying someone's asking about delivery dates on the disposable gloves. Do we have any options? Is there do we have any possibilities on that at the moment?
I'm personally not sure on the gloves. That will have to be discussed with our purchasing department for an update on those. But again, we can come back to you on that.
I think someone's also asked about masks, which they missed the beginning of the webinar. So you'll get you a copy of that, which has details of masks on it. So you'll get you can get the see that we do have plans for masks. Okay, that's it, guys.
Perfect. If you do think of any more questions, feel free to send them to product@neveruk.com and I personally will get back to you. So as mentioned earlier, this webinar is being recorded, which we will make available to you all on demand, should you wish to share with your colleagues for them to review at a later date. At this point, I would like to promote our next webinar in the series. This will be based around training on our website and the Neville's app. So a bit of a refresher for all of you who's familiar with both. This will be held on the 2nd of July at 2 p.m. and we will send the registration link for this next week. Again, thanks again for joining us. Have a safe rest of the day and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.